she told Miguel I had a crush on him, and then and then Miguel sent me a text saying,
"You guys have a very good memory. I
I
don't remember any of
you
this
never
shit."
remember.
You never remember.
Anything.
I remember everything. No, so Barbie was a fucking bitch, and she said
That's the opening.
Hello, this is the Lord Far Squad pod, and welcome to the group chat.
I'm Miguel,
I'm Barbie.
And I'm Mandy.
and we finally have Mandy back. Mandy, what were you doing last week that you couldn't join us?
I don't think anything.
Oh wow,
Wait, why couldn't you join us?
because we shot it during the day.
right.
And we have a full-time job.
Yeah, I was at
Think
work.
anything.
I was at work.
Well, we're happy to have you back.
Are we?
Thanks.
The attitude is.
What did
crazy.
I miss?
It was kind of cute. Our setup was really nice. We
Yeah.
had a fireplace.
What the fuck?
It was a super big heart to heart. We talked about Christopher Columbus. We talked about we do say Native Americans. I just found out. Actually,
I was thinking an N-word.
No, I just also found out. So the last episode we talked about how insensitivity and I think I accidentally said Indians. We don't say that anymore. We say Native Americans. But I
That
just
tracks.
found
I
out
would
that we
mess
don't
up
even
like
say
that.
Native Americans anymore. We say
Indigenous
First
people?
Nation.
Oh, First Nation.
No, I thought that's what
think
Canadians say.
I don't know. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday and how I am very ignorant when it comes to these things, but I don't mean to be. And then I said Native Americans.
Isn't that what
and he-
ignorant is?
Yeah, but then, I was like, oh, I just learned that we say Native Americans now, and he was like, stop right there, because we don't. That's there's been an update for 2024, and you say First People
First people.
or First Nation.
Richie's gonna have to fact check that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
I
just-
don't. I think I've heard that before.
I don't know.
But
If they,
I
I don't know
wouldn't
if they
know.
claim that. You know how sometimes the
Like-
the woke left will be they're going kind of when they were
Not the woke left.
The woke left was we're gonna use Latinx.
Yeah, and then most
all the
Latinos were like,
no thanks.
Okay. Well, I would really love to know what I should be saying, or maybe I'll just shut up.
what I should be
Maybe we'll
saying.
just straight. Anyways, what's been going on, guys? What are the updates for the week?
So I'll be directing my short film this weekend. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervy, but it should be okay. We'll see.
My parents were low key sad. They were like, "Dang, what was wrong with our house that you didn't want to shoot at it anymore?"
No way. They were giving me the
No,
other.
they didn't give.
Yeah.
They didn't give a fuck.
They
My
gave me
dad-
the energy where they were kind of like, okay.
No,
Barbie,
my
we'll do this
dad
for
sent
you.
me a text because my dad sent me a text, and he was like, "Okay, will you be there?" And I was like, I mean, I wasn't planning on it, but I can." He's like, "Okay, yeah, it's just a liability if you're not there." And I was like, "Liability for what?" I'm
I
literally
mean, I
Barbie.
get it. I get it.
I don't.
There's a bunch of people that they don't know that are gonna be there. We're gonna what if the C stand hits the wall and creates a little
I
hole
get
in the drywall or whatever.
I agree. Yeah.
What am I gonna do if I'm there?
I think it's
How
more
is
so
me there
just
gonna help?
maybe. I think if it was my house and I had my daughter's friend coming over to shoot a short film, I'd be like, well, one of us has to be there.
Just
we're
in
not just gonna
case.
give. So I get that. We
get
also
that,
have
yeah.
no proof of insurance.
I was just
We
mad. I
have
didn't want to be
no-
there.
What? I was when I heard that, I was like,
sleeping.
yeah, but I was like, can't you just be sleeping nearby? I feel like you're a good emotional support.
Yeah.
But I also think too, it is valid because we actually have no insurance or anything.
Yeah, we're
if
just
something gets fucked up, that's on
that's
us.
on us.
You. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, you showed your short film at a little festival.
It was
showing.
a community film festival. Everybody gets in, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but
It's-
I mean, I
oh,
feel like
God, I want to shoot you. It's
No.
a very big deal to do that kind of stuff.
it's also it's not even just getting in though. There was a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah,
that
you
was
literally. Yeah, you need
I
to
know, but
take the
it's-
win for a win.
Okay, thank you. But I'm just saying, it's almost like open mic, so it's fine. You know what I mean? But it was
No,
nice that there were
no,
a lot
no.
of people that were like, oh my God, you need to submit this to other film
No,
festivals.
we were sitting with it was my girlfriend and our other friend, and because we were sitting in the same area, multiple people came up to me like, "Thank you for your film," and I was like, "You're welcome."
Yeah, it looked like they were my whole crew. It was literally just all
It
my
was actually
friends.
so funny. Somebody came up and they were like, "Is this the group that did this documentary?"
Yes.
There was 8 of us there. That was great. But no, I genuinely think you should take it for a win. You put it into a film festival. People are watching it. So many people will make short films and they'll just sit on it and they won't do anything. And to have a lot of people come up to you and say "Hey, I actually was very, very moved, and it was your first documentary. It was a really successful one.
Yeah,
Like,
it was the one about the Palenque, like the mission trip that they did.
And you got to connect with so many people, and like that's a very, very big win.
Yeah, and multiple people came up and were like, oh, how do I get involved too? So I feel like that if other film people want to be involved in your project, that means something.
True.
I think that's something I wish I would have, or maybe I wish I would do more of, is just to go to some film festival. Like even if it's like an open mic, because you meet so many people and it's like, you never know if that's going to be like your next in for a job or whatever.
You know, it's so funny. Mandy and I went to that film festival last year. And that one was completely open mic. So the one that mine was in was not open mic. They did select it because it was like longer. The open mic ones have to be less than 10 minutes. We went and it was so silly how the projects ranged so much in like quality, story, whatever. Like some were like iPhone, like,
oh my god,
they reminded me of like freshman year of college when everybody had to take a film class, even if you're not studying film. Like, and then there were some that were like professional as fuck. Like, I was like, whoa, like the range is crazy. And there's not to bag on the people with like starting out, because that's everybody starts out. Y'all should have seen the things.
But at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and we're all here.
Festival.
How is the most like professional production value thing like here next to like the iPhone?
I feel like that also goes to show like a lot with the arts. It's not necessarily about the quality. A lot of times it's like who you know.
It's about
who you know and the resources.
Who you know, and also like if something's funny. Because remember that animation we saw that was
it was funny.
So
the one about the Campbell soup.
Yeah, it was kind of like ridiculous, and it wasn't the most well made, but it was hilarious. And
no,
like
all
who cares?
The like, what kind of animate? It was like animation, but it was like so bad. But I was intrigued.
It was clearly like what I saw was like someone recorded this on their phone, and then shot for shot they went on not Canva. What is it like? What's
Procreate?
Procreate. Frame by frame, traced over. You could tell.
That's so funny.
You could see frame by frame they traced over like the video footage and then just deleted the video.
Oh my god! Speaking of, I showed Barbie this, but my girlfriend, she's in a photography class, and she was supposed to use Photoshop for one of her assignments, and she was like, okay, like I'm gonna use you as my muse, and we're gonna be like fairies, and I'm gonna like Photoshop us into this garden. She sends me the final product, and she did it on Snapchat because she couldn't figure
so
out.
funny.
And like we're all like dark in this like field.
What was her grade on that?
I'm sure she got an A.
That's crazy.
Wow, I love that.
So yeah, that was my update. What about you guys?
Just been having work. It's been like a long week. I only had we're supposed to have 6 clients at all times, but we've only had 3. And for whatever reason, there's just so much politics in mental health, which is insane because we're working with insurance and like getting covered and all of this stuff. But because we only had 3 clients, we're kind of poor. And I've been doing like the job of like 3 people and taking on jobs. And then I had a client run away this week. It's just...
Were they found? Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah. So it's really sad. It's really sad because like they're not well, but also it's like voluntary. So like it's not our job to go and get them because they're choosing to be here.
Yeah.
But it's sad because a lot of the people are so ill they need to be like conserved, but it's a hard process, and then like parents don't want to do that because then it's a lot of like big burden on them. So it's a lot, but I do have like a lot of like I really like my coworkers, and so it's very nice. And like it's crazy because you kind of have to develop like a thick skin and also like a good sense of humor about all this stuff, because or else it's just sad. But I still, at the end of the day, I do really like my job, but I am tired, and I do wish we had more money. Like we're literally trying to get Thanksgiving for the guys, and like one of the parents literally like donated money so we can get Thanksgiving for the guys, which is insane because it's a private company, private insurance.
Is it a nonprofit?
No, it's for profit. And so it's like, where's the money going? Like I'm like, people are paying thousands of dollars. Why is somebody donating money so we can get Thanksgiving dinner? So it's just
because that money going towards your salary.
Not really, because they fired a bunch of people.
Dang.
So it's
Why do you think you weren't one of them?
because I'm the only therapist.
Oh, okay. So that everybody.
yeah.
Because I've always wondered, like, I have friends who have been getting laid off, and they like swear that it's not like performance based, and I'm
It's
like,
a skill issue, baby. I'm just kidding.
You think so?
No, I really don't think so. No.
because I feel like if I got laid off, I'd be like, wait, But why didn't they get laid off? You know what I mean?
'cause
Like,
they laid off. We used to have like group facilitators who led the groups. They laid them all off, and now I have to lead the groups. And I was like, what the fuck?
yeah.
I
So I
don't.
think
I
it's
don't
just,
think
like-
it's a skill issue. I think, like Mandy said, like there's so many politics and so many types of companies being like, this manager really wants this person because it's their executive, whatever, and then it's not really related to your department. So like like there's so many different departments and so many like we can only.
No,
do
Or do you
so
think
much.
sometimes they just sit there and they're like, well, they gotta close their eyes and
They
like throw a
just-
dart at the board? Like,
Honestly, they
but,
probably do.
Maybe. No, it's also sad from like the client side too, because I have a lot of clients who have been in services for a long time, and so they've seen the politics. Like I've had to talk to some clients. They're like, yeah, this place won't take me anymore. Like I feel like I don't know what I did wrong, whatever. And I'll have to tell them, I'm like, honestly, it's nothing about you. They're like, oh, I was probably like too manic while I was there. I was in psychosis, and so like I was too much to handle. And I'm like, no, it's literally their job. Like,
Yeah.
people are supposed to be that way when you're there. I'm like, it's really just they didn't like your insurance, or your insurance was hard to get money from. I'm like, it's not you. And I'm like, it's such a shitty system. And it's sad because a lot of times like they're complaining to me about the same things I complain about, and it's like there's nothing I can do about it. And we're both just
Bitch, I just work here.
I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I wonder how, like, what is, how other countries have like universal healthcare? Like, I wonder what it would take for us to have that.
People to care about people can't afford it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the way that the US was founded and our like values as a country as a whole. Like, I don't think that's something that will ever happen, especially after I saw how this election turned out. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah. I think, did you
The
guys see he
percentage-
appointed like Dr. Oz as like,
Bro, I can't. Like, I
feel like I
like
used to watch Dr. Oz.
at
like, a
this
kid.
point, I feel like he's doing it all for like a joke. Like, he's like, look what I can get away
Wait,
with.
who's Dr. Oz?
He used to have this like TV,
TV show.
as like.
He's
we
no
were
better
kids.
than Dr. Phil. No doctorates were
Wait,
involved.
wait, but what?
He appointed him the like director of health.
Yeah, it was like director
You're
of health and
lying.
resources or something.
No.
Yeah.
No,
yes.
I thought that was some guy, Kennedy, something.
No,
Dr.
JFK
Oz.
is ahead of something else, I think.
He basically appointed all the stupidest bitches for whatever they hate. He's like, you're gonna be in charge of that.
Hey, I
department.
saw something like the health department being like, the artificial dyes and Fruit Loops are the cause for health, and I was like, that's true. Like, why aren't we the FDA, like the FDA in like Europe is a lot more strict than it is in the United States. Like, we have so many things with like high fructose corn syrup, blah 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 blah. So if there's somebody being like, hey, like we should not have all our packaged goods be so nasty, like why aren't the standards like Europe? Like,
I don't think that's the
I don't
conversation. I just think
think
it's
Dr. Oz
Dr.
gives a
I don't
fuck.
think-
I don't think
it's
Dr.
just
Oz is taking
Dr. Oz.
any stance on that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I saw like a tweet that said like one of the officials was saying like Fruit Loops needs to not have artificial dye or something, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
pop off.
I think it's a money thing. I think it
Yeah.
sells. It's consumerism.
It's also because if they feed us food that make us sick, we have to go to the doctors more. We have to pay for more.
What does that mean? That's like they
just-
feed us.
You know, my mom reposted that on Facebook one
Wait, what
time.
is it? What is it?
It was like, oh, it's so. Oh, I wish I had it. She reposted like on Facebook, and it was like they feed us.
They feed us their food.
They feed us their food, which makes us sick, and then they
They
take
said-
away our medicine or something.
no, and then
like-
they sell us their medicine.
and then they sell us their medicine.
I
But
agree.
But the one that my mom reposted, it was like the medicine was medical marijuana, and it was like people who smoke weed. They're like they want to suppress weed, and so she reposted it thinking it was like some other message. I thought it was so funny. Okay, yeah, not her brightest moment. But.
Okay, so what's new with you?
Nothing. I mean, 48 hours ago we shot the last episode.
So true.
Like I feel like we did everything there. No, but I think I don't know. Maybe there's stuff that because we shot like an hour episode. Apparently, mics were never on. So then we did this 20-minute episode.
That's what happens when I'm not there.
But you know what?
Slow
No,
things
I do
down.
have an update. I thought it was so funny. I just got a new car, so I'm super excited about that. But the morning that we shot that episode, I had just taken it to go get tinted, right? Because
Yeah.
I wanted tinted windows. I think but you are fucking scammers. So
Not you recommending that place to me.
no, but I think that was before. That was
Right.
before.
So you recommended it before you even got them done.
No, they were in the process of getting them done, but they never like they. Let me explain.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
I go get my windows tinted, right? And I go because like my little brother and my dad just got their windows tinted there, and so they both paid $350, right? Standard for like the ceramic tint. Love it. So then my dad went a couple days ago, and they charged him $350. And so I go, and then I show them their Instagram post on their ad that says like ceramic tint 50% off for Black Friday. And I'm like, okay, sick. They're going to quote me $350 and then I'm going to get 50% off.
They bump it up. And
so then I tell, she's like, oh, for all your windows, she was like $380.
She said originally it was going to be $600, but for you.
And I was so upset because I was like $380. I was like, my dad just came like yesterday and you guys charge him $350.
Yeah, but he's a loyal customer.
He's not, he'd never been there.
Oh.
He's not one of them queers.
Oh my God.
No, literally. And so then I'm kind of like, my dad
Like,
just paid.
they're like, why do you want you to tint your windows? Why
What
do you want them tinted
What
so
are you
bad?
doing in there?
Well, because I actually think like the heat, and I got an electric car, so they say
sure.
like the ceramic tint
Right.
it doesn't heat up the car. But then I show her this Instagram ad, and I'm like, you guys have this ad for 50% off. She was like, oh, originally, she was like, yeah, it would be like a $600 job normally, and I was like, is that true though? Because my dad just came 48 hours ago, and you charged him $350. I don't know anybody who would pay $600
to get their windows
for
tinted.
window tint. And she's like, that's just the price. But she was like, $380. But I'm gonna do you a solid if you can do
$350.
cash, $350.
You're like, that's the normal price.
I was just so
Crazy.
upset because they
But you did it
already
anyway.
started on my car.
Oh.
And then so I didn't want to like keep fighting, and then they like slash my tires. You know what I mean? Or like they fuck something up. So I was like, it's fine. Just tint my windows. I had to go to get cash. I was just so upset because I was like, that's my update. I don't know. I was just very mad. I was like, scammers. Like, that's so. Why would you post on your social media if you're gonna lie? Yeah, that's just my drama. But got the windows tinted. They look like lifetime warranty. Didn't know that.
Right. And then they're going to be like, oh, like not this lifetime.
maybe your next lifetime.
That's crazy.
Oh, not in your life.
I just thought it was so stupid. $350. That's wild. But
Is that wild for real? Like, to
I
get
think it's
tinted?
just stupid to like.
Where have you gotten it tinted before? Because you have
When
one.
I got the Jeep tinted, it was $220 for all the
where?
At the
windows.
same place?
No, it was in another place in
So
Long
why
Beach.
didn't you
So
go
why
back
didn't
to
you
the
go
Because they're not there anymore.
They're out of business.
They're out of business because they were selling it too cheap.
No, they moved, I think, down to like Orange County, and this one was right here, and I didn't have a ride home, so I was like, I walked back. Anyways, I digress. But yeah, honestly,
I want to get my windows tinted.
you should go
I'm like
there.
a fishbowl. That's
He's like,
crazy.
10
he's
out of
preying
10
on my
I recommend.
downfall.
No, you can go there because I think you should just get the regular tint, which is like $220.
I
Yeah.
also have an electric car. Why would you were saying the
I feel like though the price for
confused.
like straight men is $350, queer men $380.
What about straight women?
And then
Straight white women.
a
Hold
white
on.
woman is
There's so many allegations against me
a
right
white
now.
woman is $600.
I'm not.
Honestly, I think you should tint your windows though, because that's like a fishbowl.
White, straight.
Oh, so many things that I'm just being labeled as. That's insane.
But I think like, how do you guys feel about tinted windows?
No, I love them.
Do you have your windows tinted?
The back of my
No,
back
but
window
your
is-
front windows, like, don't you get uncomfortable when like you're
Yeah.
at a stop light?
No, I wish they were
yes,
tinted.
because I'm
and
like,
you're like, stop looking
I'm
at
trying
me,
to bite my
freak.
nails, like.
Or like you're
I'm
sitting
singing,
you're sitting in
Somebody try to find
the or
me.
you're sitting in the car like all hunched, and like that's embarrassing.
No,
I mean, I can't relate. I have good
would like
posture.
my front windows tinted as well.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm in a parking lot, I'm like, ugh.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
that's
what
so
that
what
was
we
our
thought.
initial thought.
No, those days are over.
No, but sometimes I really need to
Oh.
like. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it because I feel like I'm gonna get canceled.
What was your thought? What was your canceling thought?
No, it's not canceling, but you guys are gonna think I'm gross. But like, if you ever need to do something a little gross,
Like what?
Like pick your front wedgie.
yeah, like pick your nose or something. Like if there's like a little something and you're like,
Oh my, disgusting! I can't believe you would say something.
And you just like flick it out the window.
ew.
Rub it on the.
Anyways, yeah, like if you need to like, I don't know, pick your nose or something, or if you're singing, or if you're crying. There's been multiple times that I've been crying and
I do
driving,
be
and
crying.
and I just like try.
Actually, I get a lot of road rage, and I do just start screaming.
Dude, I get so much road rage. Like but then sometimes I'm in the wrong. And
No,
then they'll
I'm
drive
usually-
up to me, and then I'm like trying to like avoid them.
Yeah,
so I feel
yeah,
like
you're
with
like-
tinted windows, like they'll never know it's me.
That's so funny.
No, I just scream with rage while I'm driving. It helps me. So, but honestly, I want you to see me. I want you to know that I'm upset with you.
This is
No.
female rage.
Email rage. Let me express myself in peace.
I think having that tint, just I get to keep so many secrets to myself in that car.
Oh my god! Speaking of secrets,
Got a secret.
secret. Can you keep it? Swear this one will save.
Better lock it in your pocket. Taking this one to the grave.
Never seen that show. Is it good?
Pretty little.
Oh my god! Speaking of Secret, I just started watching Gossip Girl. Have you guys seen it?
I've only
Is it
watched
good?
like the first season and then I was bored.
Really? It's actually really good. I love it. It's so
period.
stupid, but the drama's so good.
Oh, I need to watch.
But no, we want to talk about secrets, rumors, and war. There will be rumors of war.
Okay, no, just secrets and rumors.
Did you guys ever watch the Veggie Tales?
The rumor weed.
It's like this big.
I'm sorry?
It's like this little plant, and then the more rumors you spread, the bigger the weed grows,
gets.
and then eventually the
And
weed
then you light that
takes over.
shit up. Smoke it up.
No, this is a kids show.
You roll it up.
The
I've
rumor
never
weed,
seen
like
that.
if you tell the rumor weed a rumor, she'll like whisper it to somebody else, and if you
It
tell
just
somebody
keeps
else, it just
spreading
keeps
and
growing and
spreading.
spreading through the pipes and plumbing,
Plums?
and
The
then
pipes.
the plum.
What are you trying to say?
dude? Plumbing.
Oh,
The plumbing. Yeah, until it becomes this huge like stalk of weed.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah!
And it's telling everybody
That's the life I
secrets.
want to live.
Do you guys know any like rumors that have been started about you?
I feel I've talked about one on this podcast already. When I was in
Wait, remind me though, because I feel like I didn't even.
when I was in college, my freshman year, me and my best friend from high school, we went to college together, and then we went to like the soccer games, and we were like trying to pick up boys, and we were just having fun, and then they were like having the like face paint and stuff, and so we had the face paint, so we were face painting all the boys, and then there's this guy who really liked me, and I didn't give a fuck about him, and so he started this he just started saying that me and my friend were flirts. True. And then somehow it grew into me and my friend were flirting with each other. But actually, recently, I was telling Ellie about this. Me and that friend used to give each other massages in the dorm, just naked. Just
I'm sorry.
lotion massage.
Okay, that's the gayest shit
Wait,
I've ever heard.
wait.
Go back.
Hold on.
So then I was like
Fully butt ass naked, or just
Or like with a little towel
just
in the
like-
rear.
or like
towel in the rear, just like shirtless, just
oh, that's normal.
yeah, but like
That's
I'd be
not
like-
normal.
I mean,
mean,
I
like-
haven't done it with any of my. I feel like I could have done it with you. I
no,
did.
I feel like we would have.
That's like, dude, it's like, I really
But
need a
here's the thing.
massage.
No, it was fine.
No.
It was friendly. But here's the thing. She's shirtless. I'm sitting on her back giving her massage with lotion. They come in for room check. And they're like
I agree.
So I can understand how
Queers.
the rumor eventually turned into me and her were flirty with each other. And then it was going around that I was
You know what?
gay.
But you know what? At the same time, like
honestly, clocked.
sometimes you do need to take off your shirt to get a good massage.
no, and
Like lay
I've
on the
always,
floor.
and I've always said that.
No, literally. Like I feel like that's fine.
No, it was fine.
Because most of the time I'd be like even when we massage each other, and if it's not like, oh my god, put lotion on, I'm gonna be butt ass naked. But like I take off my shirt, the fuck, or take off my sweater.
You can't massage.
Yeah,
through the
but
shirt.
like, I don't know. I think there's just like things that you're not supposed to do, and that has to be one of them.
Well, anyway.
No, yeah, the way you presented it for sure, I was shocked. I was like, butt ass naked is crazy.
Maybe it is okay, but I think I understand where everybody who
No,
walks in on
and
you
that's why I'm
where
like,
they're coming
I
from.
can understand. And then, honestly, clocked. Clocked. But I was like, I can't believe they would say that about me.
This was in high school?
No, this was my freshman year of college.
Oh.
And I was like, no.
Did you ever have a crush on that person?
No.
I love that. Okay.
But we were just besties, and she gave good massages. But I can understand.
You should buy a Theragun. I feel like it's
Oh.
cool if your friend's using like a Theragun on you. But if it's just like
Hands?
elbow grease and hands, that's
Dude,
very
what do you-
touchy. Like, God forbid you like
That's
Get
you.
wet.
I mean, that's you, Bessie. I don't
God
think.
forbid.
I don't. That's crazy.
again, it depends. The person to person. It's
Bro,
however
so
close.
what?
you-
So what if I get a little wet? How are they gonna know?
I love it. No, I get it. I get it.
That's actually insane.
So then,
Mandy,
is it a rumor?
Don't ever ask me to massage you again.
kidding.
Is it
That's
a-
disgusting.
But does that make it a rumor now?
It was a rumor.
It wasn't true.
Yeah, Mandy was like,
But did you have
she
to-
had not self-discovered at the time. She did not identify as queer, so
And
therefore,
I
it
didn't
was
like
rude.
I didn't like this person.
But did you have to like extinguish that?
Yeah, no, I talked to him and I was like, hey, what the fuck? I was like, everybody's saying I'm a lesbian now. Like, what's going on?
Which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, I was just confused.
Well, I'm sure she wouldn't like that if she liked certain guys and they were like, oh, she's lesbian. Cutting off her chances.
Yeah. But he apologized. But still fuck him. But actually,
Okay.
another rumor that I found out about this person, which made me like feel bad for them because I was like, that's so funny. I don't know if this is true, but I guess because he liked me, people were telling me stuff about him. I was like, guys, this guy's spreading rumors about me. Does anybody know who the fuck this is? And somebody who had gone to high school with him told me that they're like, oh my God, I went to high school with him. And there was a rumor about him. His mom worked at the school. And there was his mom taught sex ed. And during sex ed, he was like jacking himself off in the class that his mom was teaching. And I'm like, that's a crazy rumor.
Hey, so that's insane.
And I was like, I get it why he would want to spread a rumor about me being lesbian. But I was like, that is not comparable.
No, that's very different.
And I was like, obviously, like, I don't know if that's true. I don't. Maybe he was jacking him in a class. Maybe it wasn't his mom's class, you know. But just
Yeah.
all of these things adding up
Not
together.
that that's like
Not
better.
that that's. It is better than it being your mom's
It is,
class.
but I feel like you should just wait till you get home.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like, you know what? You spread that rumor. You've been through a lot.
But how do you think like how do you guys think like we know how rumors work, but I feel like I don't have any rumors that I've ever started or that anyone has ever started about me, but is it like I would
I've heard lots of rumors about you.
Wait,
Really?
what?
Honestly, they're the same as me. I just feel like
Wait, what is like one rumor?
no. When I was in high school, I had multiple
Yeah.
people.
Oh, that one makes sense.
When I had multiple people. They're like, "So your best friend Miguel? He's a little. He's
But
a
it's
little."
like, why does anybody care? You know, the crazy part is like, who gives a fuck?
But it was also.
No,
it
I
was,
get that.
It was
It's an
20.
Adventist school.
It was
like,
2014.
yeah, it's
Everybody
like-
cared.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to this guy in high school. He was an asshole and he was racist and he was white, so I don't know what I was doing. But I was talking to him for a little bit, and and then we're so silly. I literally invited Miguel to my school. Just
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
and Miguel and I like just for vibes. Like he
There was
spent-
nothing going on. She just was like, "Come hang out at school."
Yeah. He got like a day pass.
This was before you were even like a full-time student, right? Like you
No,
literally
no,
went like
no.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Did you do that at that school?
Well, that's because I was
Hi,
homeschooled.
girl. How are you part time at a school?
Bitch, I'm busy. No, I was homeschooled. So then there was a program for homeschoolers where you take 2 classes there, probably the classes that my mom didn't want to teach, or like, you know, she's also teaching
Like math.
Yeah, like geometry or some shit, or like chemistry,
Yeah.
English. That shit was hard. So yeah, no, but this was, I think, was it 10th grade or 11th grade?
I don't know.
Who knows? But I invited Miguel and we just hung out all day. Like he went to all the classes with me.
Why
he went to
weren't you
choir.
at school?
I'm trying to think of like, was I like not in school?
No, you were in school, but you were just down.
You took a day off?
Yeah, you took a day off of
Wow.
school just to hang out with me at my
That's
school.
crazy. Taking a day off to go to another school.
That's yeah.
You fucking nerd.
Because it's actually kind of like, it was sweet. It was like, hey, Bess, you want to see what it's like at my school? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And so we like went
I
to
think,
classes
I think
together.
it's because you were supposed to start at my high school.
Yeah.
And then you didn't until like a couple months
like,
later.
switch
So it must
around.
have been like 9th or
Yeah.
10th grade.
So
That's
a lot
so
of,
silly.
A lot of my high school friends had like met him kind of being like, oh, that's the guy on your Snapchat stories.
Yeah.
Like you were low-key famous. And then, but yeah, the guy that I was seeing like a year later or something, I was talking about you because I was like, oh, my best friend, blah, blah, blah. And then he was talking to his guy friends because he was one of those assholes. And he was like, and I was like,
For the record,
And I feel
like if you do that hand movement-
she did limp wrist.
oh yeah, sorry.
Did he do the limp wrist or you just did that for him?
No, he did the limp. He
I
did
feel like
like,
it's gay as fuck.
yeah, he was like, he's like kind of like talking to like his guy friends. And I was kind of like, fuck off. I was like, hold on.
Like, why was that? What did that add? to
Like,
the
what did
story?
that add? Like, why are you like, ugh, fuck that.
But I think people are like, I don't know. I think they get, it's 2014, 2015. Not even that, probably like 2013. But I think it like makes sense. I don't know. Like
I don't yeah, but I just remember
I
being mad.
understand why people, because honestly, sometimes even now, it can be like, I feel like sometimes I see people and I'm like, oh, they're
Literally, me and Miguel before you got here, we were like, I think that's a queer.
And then we're like, wait, have we become
like,
the people?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
was
I
like,
think
wait. I was like,
difference,
maybe,
the
like-
difference is the intention behind it. Because I know that
Yeah.
guy is a very homophobic,
Yeah,
transphobic
versus
person.
me, I'm like, are they one of us?
yeah, versus like, oh, he might be. Versus like he's like very other, very
Othering.
like, oh, okay.
No, I
This
think.
bitch.
See, for the rumor that was at my school was because for the same thing, I would always be out with Miguel, and you were just giving raging homosexual. Apparently,
Yeah. I feel like I was never though.
I
I don't think
You
I
were
gave
flamboyant.
Yeah, fair enough.
used to flip your hair.
Who's more gay now? Me or now or me then?
You then, honestly,
Yeah, I agree.
I think so.
you were overcompensating.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, okay, but the person who would always ask me about it, they were very like, "Oh, come on, I know he is."
You
and
say
I
you
was-
want him.
and he's a gay man.
Oh, he is now?
Yeah, and I was always like, I already knew at this point, but I was like, I wasn't trying to out you. I was like, no. Why would
He
you?
only
no.
wears capris because his ankles get
hot.
cold.
He only listened to Lady Gaga because
she
she's
thinks
good.
she's hot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, literally, but
I feel
he is
like
queer now, so I was like, oh.
yeah, I think that was like the only. It wasn't even a rumor. Like people would ask me in like high school and stuff like that, and I would say no because I didn't really know at the
In
time.
college too, like some of our close friends would be like, "Hey, I have a question." I'm like, "Is Miguel like?"
Also,
gay?"
I'm
And I was
like,
"Dude,
what
just
does
ask
that
him."
add to you?
Yeah,
Go
I
talk to
agree.
him.
If, like, what the fuck?
I remember like some of like the closest friends they would like I appreciated it so much they would just kind of be like, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe." And it was really like, to me that felt a lot better
Then being
than
like,
going, like being
Versus
secret
me being
about
like,
it and stuff
"No,
like that. But I
no."
think I also understand we had been surrounded by just like going to a private Christian college, going to a private Christian high school. There's literally absolutely nothing better to do with your life.
other than being gay.
Other than like,
Oh.
other than literally like get into people's like private drama and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They're
Which
just-
it wasn't even private. I don't think I ever was like,
It was private to him. Like he didn't.
I
know.
don't even know. Not until like junior or senior year of high school. Yeah, it was a wild time.
It was,
See?
it was a secret to everyone.
Have you guys heard rumors about me?
I don't think so.
Good.
Rumors?
I don't think.
I genuinely think I don't think, at least for me, I don't think I've ever surrounded myself with people who were very like drama.
Actually, you know, have I talked about this on the podcast before? Maybe. I don't remember. Either ways. Barbie spread a rumor about me when we were
When?
like 11 or 12.
oh,
She told Miguel I had a crush on him, and then
Bitch.
and then Miguel sent me a text saying,
You guys have a very good memory. I don't
I know.
remember
I
any
know how
of
you
this
never
shit.
remember.
"You never remember." I
anything.
remember everything. No, so Barbie was a fucking bitch, and she said
That's the opening. That's a social media
the cold
clip.
open. No, and she told Miguel that I had a crush on him, even though she had a crush on him, and I would never have said that. And then she told him, and then one day I get a text from Miguel, one message at a time. I like the letter U, and then the next one was Nick Horns, and I was like, hello.
I did that shit. That's the,
And I was
that's
like,
the gayest shit I've
I
ever
was like,
seen.
that's so mean. Why would you do that to me? And I knew in that moment what had happened. I knew I had been betrayed.
Wait, Barbie, why did you feel like you had to like expose?
She was trying to cover her
Married to
ass.
me.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to cover.
You know what? Now that you guys are saying that, there was that like moment where we also like none of us were friends for like a solid like 3 months.
When?
When?
I remember it was. This
That's
is so.
what he remembers. That's
No,
crazy.
this is so funny. I literally like it just hit me right now. Mandy's school used to do like this Christmas like program where like you can walk around and like see like Jesus in like every corner.
Right.
and I remember it's like hitting me now. You were like not friends with Mandy. You guys weren't friends with each other, and so I felt like I was trying to split the time between you guys.
Oh.
Was that during? Was that
Vaguely.
during that?
That was during that. It's because we were mad at each other.
You guys were mad at each
Was
other.
that why we were mad? No, because I feel like you did that when I was in like 7th grade, 8th grade, or something.
But no,
Yeah, but
I
I was a
don't.
little
I don't. I
older.
don't think
I don't think that's why we were fighting at that.
Yes,
it was
it was.
something.
it had to.
But
be.
it was.
I don't think you were a student.
It wasn't the unicorn text.
No, but it was,
the same thing.
It was the same thing.
That is some shady shit that I would do though. So sorry. I feel like I've learned.
That's funny though.
No, honestly, like.
And I apologize for that.
Honestly,
that was a dirty move.
But did you do it to hurt Mandy?
Not to hurt her, but to like she said, to cover my own ass.
Whoa.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw her under the bus. Throw him off my
can't believe-
scent.
Off my set. Yeah, honestly, looking back at like when we were kids, that was some crazy. That's about as far as it went. And I think like rumors are like the
But
real.
like when she told you that, like, what did you think?
I don't even remember that. I don't remember that at all. But you know what? Even a couple weeks
That's
ago,
how
like,
much he does not give a fuck.
Bruh.
like you
It did
remember,
not. It did not impact him.
it really didn't. And but I don't know. Maybe I was just like so out of the loop with like a bunch of different things. But even like a couple weeks ago, Amanda Foz, who was like on last season, there was a time when she also had a crush on me, and I remember like she came over for this like party
what are
dinner.
we doing?
By the way,
Miguel
this
was the
is not
only-
because Miguel is some sort of like
Hot
hot shit. It's because he was the only male within
I agree.
within the 2 mile radius of my homeschool.
You are a
ass.
No,
star.
you
You
guys-
are a star. You
guys,
are a gem.
You guys do not have
You
to
are a
like.
treasure to behold.
You guys don't have to explain. I get it.
And 11-year-old me knew that.
Yeah.
Period.
I feel like we were so young. I really don't remember.
I
Like,
literally
a lot of that
remember
time.
somebody telling me like you need to have a crush, and I was like, really? Pick the first one I saw. I'm just kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding.
no. I literally I do not hold it
You
against
are
any of
worthy of
you.
crushes.
I have
You are worthy of so much love
You
and
are,
Guys.
affection.
you're worthy.
and I have a
I don't
partner to do
regret.
that with.
I don't regret a single second of
Me
that crush.
neither.
Don't you worry. I am good. I'm happy. I'm in a relationship. It's great. But even like Amanda Foz, she had a crush on me too for like a couple months, and I remember we had to talk about it, and I feel like it was the same thing where
You
think I'm-
texted her, "I like unicorns."
No, where I just you kind of just like swerve and like
He said diversion.
you divert it into like kind of a funny way, but
Yeah.
it might actually hurt the other person
what'd you
in
say
a
to
sense.
her?
I don't remember. I think I made it a joke because I think I was going on like a trip or something, and she was like, "I'm really gonna miss you," and I was like,
Aw.
"Well, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Like we'll hang out again or whatever." But I remember saying probably something.
Is that when we were going to camp together?
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, I think
That's
it
so
might have been.
No, actually, another rumor. Me and Miguel went to camp together. By this time, I was over this bitch. And then it was like a Christian camp.
Yeah.
And then we got
It was
put in the
actually
same
fun.
group because we didn't know anybody. And so, like, we'd go everywhere together. We were scared. We would play games and we'd do like piggyback rides or whatever. And then, like, and then suddenly we kept getting separated in every single group. I'm like, why are they doing that? Me and Miguel went to go like filter our water. And they were like, no, you can't go together. I was like,
Oh,
why?
yeah.
What the fuck?
They're fucking by the watering hole.
And then like we couldn't talk to each other anymore. I was like, what's going
That's
on?
sad.
And then like 2 weeks into our 3-week trip, they were like, oh, we thought you were together. I was like, no, can we hang out now?
Yeah, but I think that's valid.
I get it.
I get it. Yeah.
I get it.
That's what pissed me off when we were driving home freshman year from college, and our parents made us get 2 separate hotel
Separate
rooms.
hotel rooms.
And I was like, that's insane. Like, I was so,
Hey, so this is insane.
angry. I was so angry. I was like, I've known this bitch since I was 11, 12 years old.
if something were gonna happen,
It would have happened a million years ago. We're in college already. You don't think something would have happened then? And then we're driving back to, they're going to say, oh, get 2 separate
Like the amount of money we could have saved. And then I even told Barbie, I was like, let's just appease them and say, yeah, we're gonna get the separate rooms, and then we'll just not. They're not there.
No, but we did end up doing it.
We did end up doing it because you were guilt ridden. You were like, I
really?
can't. Yeah, you were like, I can't do that to my parents. Like I don't want to lie.
I don't want them to lose their
I'm just
trust.
I mean,
so
meanwhile,
honest.
my parents weren't really the issue. It was more your parents, which
They
I
were
get.
like-
I'm
it
a
was
boy,
insane. There was like, it's a 2-bed hotel room.
I agree.
They pissed me off. I was like,
No,
I
literally-
literally yelled at my mom. Like, I was like, Mom, like, how long have you known him? How long have you known me? He's gay. No, literally, it's implied. Oh my god.
No, also
Yeah.
because like,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
no, because my mom literally knew you were one of them queers, and still,
I like how that's how Mandy
You're
said.
one
Like,
of them queens.
and still, she
Weird.
was like, "No, Miguel can't be in your room." I was
to
like,
this day,
"Bro."
I haven't seen her.
I was
It's like
like,
people
"What
are a
the
little
fuck?"
homophobic and they're like, guys will do anything though, low key. Is that true?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, but my parents are so confused now because now they're like, girls also can't go in your room.
As a matter of fact, you don't live here.
They're like, nobody, not even you can be in your room at this time.
They
Can't
take
be
your bed
trusted.
away. You know what I love actually, and I think I'll implement that as a parent. You know how people get mad at their kids and stuff
Take
like that.
the door
Take
off?
the door off.
No,
how
they
did you
did
know I was
that
going to say that?
Because they did that to my sister,
Aw.
and now she's ridden with trauma.
Oh,
See.
I would do it. I think it's valid.
No,
if
how?
you are going to be mean in my house, I'm taking your door away.
At what age though? Like till what age? Because my sister was 16.
Oh, I was gonna say 18.
18? You're gonna make your 18-year-old change out in the open like that?
Go to
Go to the bathroom.
No privacy?
You're also my
You're not
child.
gonna
It's not
let
like
your-
I'm like staring into your room.
It's like no tinted windows. How am I gonna...
Maybe replace their door with that ceramic tint like glass.
Or no, you know the beads, the door beads.
The beads of punishment.
That's actually so funny. I'm
That's so
gonna
funny.
get rid of my door. Actually, I'm gonna replace it with those beads. I feel like those are like the vibe. They're like the.
They are vibey.
Yeah. If you're gonna like curse in my house, no door.
I don't think I would take out the door. I think I would just take out the doorknob so you can't lock it.
Bro,
My door still doesn't lock.
no. I don't want children, but I don't want to see what they're doing in there.
You don't
That's
have
what I'm saying.
to.
Why do you think we're peeking on them? I just think that like
If their door is open.
I have young siblings. They be doing things that might not be like
Christian.
not. It's not about sex. It's about like
Morality.
if you're hurting yourself or
I
if you're doing something.
But
like,
that's the thing, like
like if
you're gonna do that.
I don't think you should lock your door.
Here's the thing.
Like,
I think it's
I don't think a door is gonna stop them from doing that.
no, I think I also
That's why I don't take the door away.
no, I feel like I grew up very observed and very watched and I had no privacy. And I feel like it just made me extremely sneaky. Like I'm like, anybody can do anything anywhere. Like where they're like you can't have a door because what if you're having doors open because what if you're having sex in there? I could have sex on the street.
Try me.
And I have.
And so then maybe I feel the opposite way because I wasn't that kind of I wasn't
Yeah.
raised like that where I'm
No,
like,
'cause
oh
I-
yeah, I'll take their fucking door.
No, because I feel like being that like overly watched, it gave me so much anxiety. Like,
Luckily, my parents had too many kids. I feel like I wasn't overly watched. Also, as a middle child. Also, we have a really big house. I feel like you can get away with a lot. You don't need like. It would just piss me off when anybody locked the door though, because it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you hiding? Like, nobody locks doors in this house. But now we lock doors. But like, it was like a rule. I think that was the rule. Was like,
yeah, I wasn't allowed to lock doors. Either.
you can't lock doors.
I
And
still
that-
can't lock this door.
and that's low key valid. But now that we're adults, like, yeah, I can lock my door. But like, when my little sister has her door locked, I'm like, hold on,
What are
I'm
you locking
trying
your
to-
doors for?
I'm trying to steal some makeup. Like,
Maybe that's why they keep your
what
fucking
is
ass
that?
out. No, but I think also too. When I think of taking the door away, I see it as more of just this is really inconvenient for you. Nothing like
I don't think I'd take somebody's door away.
I would
I
take
just
the
feel
door.
like
In a
I just
heartbeat.
feel like why am I trying to inconvenience my child?
because it depends on the punishment.
Like,
I
what
don't
did
know.
they do? What's
I
the
guess-
crime worthy of
I don't
door
know.
taken
I
away?
think like if you like if I caught you bullying another kid at school, door gone. If I caught you like in a really really big lie, door gone.
the door.
Door gone. But to me, it's more so it's just like an
interesting. Actually, I was talking to my
inconvenience.
friend the other day, and he was saying like, should you hit your kids? Right?
No.
And he was like, hitting your kids is fully abuse. Like, there's no situation in which you should hit them because blah 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 blah. Like, if might as well talk to them. If they're too young to speak to, then they're too young to understand why you're hitting them. And if they're old enough for you to hit, I'm sorry, if they're old enough for you to speak to them, why are you not speaking to them and hitting
Hitting them.
And I was like, I want to agree in theory, but I just
But in the moment when you're pissed off,
no, see, that's what I'm saying. No. I
I
don't
thought
think
you were
you
on the
should
same
ever
page.
hit your child because you're angry. You should hit your child because
see that sentence itself just sounds bad. You should
no.
hit your child.
No. You could hit your child if they do something where they need to understand. Not hit them, but like, for example, like pulling their ear,
If the like alternative is them
hurting themselves or others.
like if
It's
they're walking in the street.
and you're like, no, don't do that. Like, a little smack is not. You're not abusing them. You're not giving them trouble. If you're the kind of person that's like, I need to beat the shit out of them because I'm angry and I'm pissed off, that's an issue.
I think with the like a lot of times because I've studied a lot about like child development and stuff, and it's the thing with like hitting your child, it's a quick lesson versus like talking takes more time, and so people who like
You're just lazy.
not
No.
lazy people have jobs or people who have a lot of kids, you need like quick, you don't have the time, right? So I feel like
I just think it's unrealistic to be like, you're an abusive parent just because you
No, I don't think it's
occasionally may hit your kid.
I don't think it's abusive. I just think like it's not like I don't think it's the best solution.
No, but I do think there are some cases that warrant it. For example, if you have a kid who is pulling a cat's tail and you're like, don't do that, they think it's funny because some kids don't realize that they're hurting a cat. You pull their ear and be like, does this feel good?
Oh,
Sorry, I'm ready for that. I'm like, seriously, like, my little brother used to like swing cats or like, it was like insane.
Okay, that's insane.
Yeah, because he doesn't know. He was so like
He deserves to be
He was
punished.
crazy. He was a little crazy little kid. I don't see why I wouldn't pull his ear and be like, does that feel good? Don't do that. Like, hey, that's mean. Like,
I guess we can't really like say. I could say like right now when I think about it, I don't think I'd ever hit my kid ever. Like I grew up and I only remember
did you get spanked?
like twice. It wasn't like spanked. It was like I think it was like close to like abuse.
Oh, you were beat.
Like beat, yeah. And my older brother, like his ass got beat. But I don't think it made me like I don't know. I don't think it ever corrected like my the way that I treated my parents. Even then, like even now I still treat my parents like with respect, and I've never like even I could never yell at my parents ever.
No, I feel like the middle children the most respectful.
But I feel like the
Yeah.
young like my younger
Yeah,
kids
my
are
younger
like I'm like, "Oh,
They're
whoa,
like,
that's
fuck you, dad. I'm like,
Also, my older
Yeah, like,
siblings.
that's
though.
wild.
I would never disrespect.
yeah,
No,
that's
but I feel like here's the thing. It's like I saw that go down with my older siblings, and I was like, oh my god, that's insane. And then I feel like my younger sibling didn't see that, and then they just saw me like suffering, suffering in silence,
That's
and they're
a-
like, "That's
that's-
also shit."
that's the
so then
theory.
they're like, "That's the cycle."
Yeah, being like, you see what your older siblings went through, so you try to be the better, like more respectful child because you've seen how it's been, and then the younger sibling doesn't see how bad it was before, right? So they're just kind of like, fuck this.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, "This
You're
is
in
ass."
between. You're in the middle. You're like, ah.
Yeah, and overall, everyone's suffering.
yeah.
Oh.
fair enough.
Overall, no one's having a good time.
What that has to do with secrecy and like rumors?
Oh, we went completely off track.
Only beat your children in secret.
That's crazy.
No, but I think it's crazy. Like I genuinely, even sometimes, like when you're out in public and like, not to make it about Disneyland again, but
we get it. You
like-
have the pass.
I'm a magic key holder. But sometimes I'm at Disney and I see the way that these kids act, and like sometimes it's so awkward because their parents would just like slap them across the face, and I'm
What
just
the
like,
fuck?
oh
That's
my god, and I'm like,
disrespectful.
wait, like, can you do that in public? But then I'm like, wait, not like you should be doing it in private either. Like that.
You should not be slapping anyone across the face. That's insane.
Yeah. But okay, what I was gonna say though is like I could sit here and say, you know, I would never hit my kids when I grow up, but you know I've never had kids. I can't imagine, like, people piss me off just in general. Like, can you imagine like having a child?
Have you ever hit?
Yeah,
anyone?
but slapping across the
No, I
face
never hit
is
anyone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I've never hit anyone.
I've hit.
Why would I start by hitting a child? Like, I'm like, that's
You've
crazy.
never hit
know.
anyone.
I've never hit
I've never
anyone.
hit anyone. Have you hit anyone?
Yeah,
Her sister, probably.
I don't think I've ever hit my siblings.
I have hit my siblings, and they have hit me.
I've never hit anyone.
We have held each other at knife point. I'm
That's
just
not true.
No, we know we haven't,
Actually,
no,
actually, I have slapped somebody in the face when I was drunk, but they deserved it
kidding. Period.
because they were hitting on my little sister and they were my friend, and I was like, sisters are off limits.
Fair enough. I get that.
Yeah, I have slapped my sister. We pulled each other hair. We you know.
Usually, violence is not like the answer.
It's not, but like when you're with your siblings, you are all insufferable, and you resort to violence.
I don't know, man.
Fair enough.
I mean, is that not normal?
I use my words to stab.
That too. That I feel like I'd rather hit my sibling, which I
Don't
don't.
break them down emotionally.
No. I'm saying I wish I was more like that because I think I'm pretty good with like emotional
Abuse.
abuse. Yeah,
I agree.
And it's not on and it's not on purpose.
What's the worst thing you guys have ever said to someone?
That's a good thing.
No, but like, let me just explain myself. I'm not. I'm already 26. Me and my siblings are not fighting anymore. But when we were younger, yeah, we would fight because we couldn't use our words. And if we did use our words, I did feel like I was sometimes able to have the upper hand, and that made me feel worse than like just physically fighting.
Is it because you just knew like where to hurt them with
Yeah.
words?
She's a writer.
I was kind of like,
She's a lyricist.
what's that video of that one girl? I was like, like she's stepping back. She's like,
8.
I was like, 8. But I would feel so bad because I was like, dang, like hit me back.
Mic dropped.
I want to be gagged as well.
Gooped and gagged.
Gooped and gagged.
I can't think of the worst thing I've said to somebody. I'm like, we're gonna erase that from my mind.
I'm sure I've said like a really, really bad thing to someone. I just
Yup.
didn't know it was that bad. I don't think I've said anything negative to my siblings. I just don't talk to my siblings. Like, to me, I think it's easier to remove myself from that situation. Not situation, but just saying something negative and just not saying anything at all.
Sorry.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Did you have an
Girl, stand up.
epiphany?
But I think like I'm 100%. I would 100% take ownership for like all the
Actually-
shit that I've said like as a kid to you guys.
Yeah, I was like, personally, like Miguel's, PSA from last time. If I've said something mean to you, let me know.
Yeah.
So that I can bring it up in this episode.
I also think, yeah, I'm definitely the villain in a lot of people's stories, and it's on accident.
I don't know. I think lots of people are the villain.
Yeah.
I think in high school, a lot of people would say I was a villain in their story, which I felt like they were the villain in my story too. So I feel like it's very like.
I feel like we need to hold space for that.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, we're holding space with all of this that we really can't.
Yeah.
Like,
and
make
I've seen
time
it.
for anything else.
Everyone we're gonna hold space.
I didn't know that was happening.
I think that's a pretty cool, not a cool thing to say, but I think it's very true that everybody is a villain in everyone's story at some capacity. Because sometimes I feel like we really do say things to people that we don't know how it'll affect them.
Yeah, and honestly, like I feel like sometimes I'm such an anxious person, and I will like. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, time to replay everything I've said today. See if anything will fill me with shame.
Wow, I have no original experience. I also do that.
Yeah. No, I feel like I've been working on my anxiety so that I kind of think to myself, like, am I reaching out to this person to solve my own anxiety? Or is it because I think this person will benefit from an apology?
Wow.
Because there's been some people who I was like, man, I've been holding on to this for a long time, and I wish that person would apologize to me. And then there's other people who have apologized to me. I'm like, bruh, I'm like, honestly, it's fine.
You didn't have to bring that up.
have to bring that up. I'm like, I feel like that's just for you. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay. Even within like relationships, like always like, let me get my closure. I'm like, if you're the one that wronged somebody, it's like, do you deserve that closure? Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm like, are you apologize? Like, if you're reaching out to me a year, 2 years later, that's for you. I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But
I think so too. I think it's about intention. Like, I think some people like want that closure, like for themselves, and even though they'll like mask it with like, oh, this is for you too. Like, I want us to be.
like I just want to make sure we're okay. I'm like,
Like,
we're
dude,
not.
Yeah. And like
We're
that's
not.
okay.
We haven't
like,
spoken in years. We're not okay.
We're not okay, and we're
Yeah.
not gonna be friends. But honestly, some bitches in high school, you could still send me an apology. I would gladly accept it.
I feel like I don't like. Yeah, I think high school is very, very dramatic, and
Yeah, I don't know. I think things that happen in high school, because you're just already so insecure and things just play off of your deepest insecurities. You're already going through it. That shit sticks with you. And I'm still mad that like a lot of that stuff still affects me. Like I tell a lot of my friends that I've like kind of stayed friends with from high school. I'm like, if I drive past my high school, I get like crippling anxiety still.
Really.
I'm like, that's awful. I'm like, I am almost 26 years old. Like, get over it.
Yeah.
And like if I am going to an event where I know people from high school are gonna be there, even ones that are my friends, I just get so anxious because I'm like, that was such a terrible time for me. I'm like, that's so lame. That's so lame. Like, I'm like, am I ever gonna get over that? Like, am I ever gonna like not be affected by that? Let me know.
Let me know in the comments below.
I think it's interesting, like even moving, like having to move on for that, because obviously those like your formative years, like you're in high school, nobody knows what they're doing, and even now nobody knows what they're doing. But I always felt very different. Like whenever I would like going to like a 5-year middle school reunion, which is the same bitches that we went to high school with. It was pretty much just an excuse to have a high school reunion. I was so excited to go. I was so excited because I wanted to. I don't know.
I think you had a lot of friends in high school.
No.
He wanted to be like, I'm hot shit now.
Not hot shit, but I wanted everyone to know that I was like
Good. Doing
like
good.
I'm doing good.
Like you didn't break me.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't positive. Like, oh my God, I want to see all my friends. I was like, no, I want to that I'm doing like
That's how I feel every single time I see anyone from high school. I feel like I have to like look my best. I have to have
I
positive
agree.
things to share. Like it, bro. I think it's also like high school is like peak eating disorder, and I'm like, so whenever I have to see those hoes, it like puts me back in that mind space, and I'm like, that's so dumb. Like I don't care about that shit.
Yeah.
So why am I?
And I've only ever
why am I
been
acting like a
friends-
16-year-old right now?
And I've only ever kept like a handful of like friends from high school.
Yeah.
What about you, Barbs? Were you homeschooled?
I was homeschooled, and then the last couple of years,
Do you get worried seeing them? The people from your
depends.
But I feel like
No.
you would see them more often because you like live near your school.
Yeah, I do. I have run into them a couple times, like some friends, at the gym or at the whatever. I'm like, oh hey, like some of them are friends, but I don't really have anxiety about it. I would like to avoid people that I didn't like, but I haven't seen them. So, they're usually in Downey, California.
They're usually in jail.
They're in Downey.
In
No, literally,
prison.
most of them live in the Downey area.
Downey's like a wealthy area.
Yeah.
It's like the wealthy area of this
You know
area.
what you did.
Richie.
So, no, actually, Loki, I do want to run into the specific person I'm thinking of just to ask him, like, why?
Why? What encompassed your mind?
Like, why? Anyways.
Yeah.
But, what was I going to say? I don't feel the need to be, like, when I do see some people, like, I don't feel like I need to be somebody that I'm not. I'm embarrassed because I'm usually dressed like this. I'm usually like
Fair.
busted. Like I was at the Bellflower coffee shop, like the Latino one. What is it called? Soulmate Coffee.
Soulmate.
And
I was just there.
There was a sweet girl from
yesterday.
high school that we were never super close, but she was super sweet. And she was like, Barbie, oh my god. I was like, hi. And I was like, fuck my hair. I was like,
Bro,
so good to see you, queen.
I literally walked into Soulmate in my Christmas Santa Claus pajamas yesterday.
Hell
It's like,
yeah.
it is what it is. Like,
It is what it is.
I'm trying to think like who I would be embarrassed. Maybe the guy
Bless
that
you.
I talked to, like, which not even really.
Can you not do that to the mic?
I didn't. I held it in. It's my mic.
Better out than in, King.
No,
Let it
but
out.
it was
I
like
don't think
shooting.
if he saw me, I don't think I'd want to say hi to him. Not because I'm actively angry at him at all. Like I literally
Just
do not
like,
give a fuck. But it's kind of like I
why?
think my thing. Here's my thing. People who have wronged me or who have been rude to me, I keep going hi, like not because I'm fake, because I want to be the bigger person and I want to be like, hey, like how have you been? Like, oh my god, but in my head I'm like, I actually don't care. And then they usually take that opportunity to put me down again, which is shocking to me because I'm like, whoa, it's been years and I thought
you're
you would.
still not.
Yeah, I'm like, and I thought
That's what I'm saying.
you
I
wouldn't
feel
act like you would in high school.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we regress. Like everyone, even if they've grown, maybe they haven't grown, but like even if they've grown, I feel like when you, like we go back. We go
I don't
back.
know.
and
I
Yeah, you
don't know what
see
it is.
something or like you just see something about that person and you just automatically go back to the way like you're like it's like you just all got thrown back into high school
Yeah.
again.
Maybe, but I was just like, oh hi, how are you doing? And then like they could just be like I've told you about the Bible teacher that was rude to me, which is
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
It's insane. Like I literally was like,
Yeah, but I feel like religious like white Trump supporters like they're never gonna grow.
so true.
They're
But
not.
but it was insane that I was like, oh hi, Pastor Andrew. Keep his name in there. I was like, hi, Pastor Andrew. Like I haven't seen you in a few years. And I was like, how have you been? He's like, oh, it's the only student I made cry. How are you? And I was like, whoa, that's
insane.
I was like, why are you proud of that? Why'd you bring that up? Like, and I was like,
and the
you're
fact that you
an
still
idiot.
remember it
yeah,
and
and I
like,
was
you're
like,
still
why
in
did I even
education.
come up to
And
you?
he's wearing
Like,
it like a badge of honor.
exactly. I'm like, that's insane. And that's why I'm so embarrassed is that I keep doing that. Not because I'm fake, but because like I see people that may have wronged
You
me
try.
in the past.
You keep giving them the benefit of the
yeah,
doubt.
and I'm like, you know what? Water under the bridge. And then they do something and they throw it back in my face. And I'm like, now I'm the idiot. Like now I'm the person that went up to, now I look desperate or something. Now I look like, I'm like, hey, like, and I hate that. So from now on, I'm telling myself, if I see somebody that I know and they don't know me,
You don't have
I mean,
to go
like,
say hi.
like I don't need to go say hi. I
But at
don't
the
need to
same
go say
time
hi.
too, like you're also not an idiot like for going up there and trying not to be the
I don't
bigger
know, but I
person, but
always
to just
see-
try to be cordial. Like sometimes people will
Yeah.
just be. It's like a human thing to do, right? This is somebody who was my
you know
educator
them
for
yeah,
years.
You know them. You say
And
hi,
it looks
yeah.
a little more awkward if you don't go say hi. Like you just want to say hi, but then
I
for
think
that
it's also-
person to come back and to like give you shit like that,
Yeah.
it is kind of like, oh, you've just proven why I actually shouldn't. you
Yeah,
know?
but it's just crazy, because you're an adult and you still get shamed
Yeah.
the way you
Yeah.
feel like a little kid. You're like, oh,
I
Yeah,
think
we
also.
regress.
I think also for me, it's also like me trying to get some. I think like some closure. Like, oh, they're different now. Oh, they know that was wrong, right? And a lot like it never comes out that way.
Yeah.
I went to like a friend's wedding recently, and I feel I kept seeing this person who had wronged me in high school, and every time I saw them, I would do like the same thing, like, hi, how are you? And I'd try to befriend them, and I'd ask them about themselves, and like I'd always leave feeling so icky, and then I feel like I was like groveling to try and get them to finally respect me. And this last time that I went to the wedding, they tried to come talk to me. I said hi, and then I was like, no, like you fucked me over.
Yeah.
Never apologize. I'm like, why am I still trying to talk to you and pretend that like we're cool?
which
We're
is
not.
different. And I genuinely think that's a different feeling than I'm being fake. Because I feel like there are people who are like, hi, how are you? Hate that bitch. Like, that's different.
Yeah.
It's more just kind of like,
literally me whenever I like hang up the phone with either of you guys or anyone. I just think it's so funny. When
It's
you're
like
on
a
the
funny bit,
Yeah,
like-
when you're on the phone with anyone and then you hang up and you're like, fucking hate that bitch.
yeah, which I feel like there are a lot of fake people like that being like, hi, oh my God, I hated her. No, like, I don't think it's ever coming from that place. It's always just like genuinely being like, oh, like, we experienced some part of life together. How have you been? You know,
Yeah.
like
You hurt my feelings, but
like,
like,
and I like it's okay because that was a long time ago. Like, hi, how are you? And then I end up feeling so like embarrassed. I'm just kind of like, why did I?
But also,
say
I know like
hello?
a lot of times it's like, if that's a common experience, like who am I doing that to?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Because like we're always talking about like,
how many
are
times do we not know?
yeah,
that we're
how many
doing it?
times are we the villain in somebody's story and we don't know? And
So
so
is
like, I think I've learned that, especially with high school, is like we were all going through it and we were all bitches.
That's what, but okay, but that's why it's like a vicious cycle because you're saying like, oh, we've done that to other people and they might feel that way. Wait, I lost my train of thought. Continue.
No, I was thinking.
Stand up, girl.
Dude, I had such a good point and I can't
That's so
remember.
funny. It'll come back. No, I don't remember what I was saying.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh, like we're the villain in other people's stories. So I think like if that's something that I notice happening to me a lot, I'm like, I know I'm not a perfect person. I know there's people who I have hurt. Like I was very insecure in like middle school, high school, and I know that insecurity would come out with me being a bitch. Like I know that's happened
Yeah.
before. And so like I wonder if I still do that to other people, and I'm like, I hope not, but
And that's
Oh, like
the
you're
kinda
still a bitch to people?
not like a bitch, but like even
Like if someone says, "Oh, Mandy, how have you been?" and you had been a bitch to them, and you give off that energy.
Yeah, continue giving off the energy. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how things are perceived, right?
That's true.
And also, like, we don't always know when things that we've said have hurt people. And I know I say a lot of things that I think are funny, and
Same.
maybe they could,
Yeah.
and maybe they are just mean.
Same. I feel
Alright.
so bad.
But yeah, I don't know any rumors that I've ever been started about you, Barbie.
Yeah,
I was
don't
like
know.
this whole episode I was trying to think like
I
what
feel
have
like the only
heard?
things I've ever heard about
Is that
you
I'm annoying?
No,
Oh.
is like I think Barbie hates me, and I was like, no, but you did.
Oh, you know what? I get that
So
one.
it wasn't a rumor.
That's not a rumor, but I get that a lot too.
Yeah,
not
you-
a lot, not a lot.
You
Say a
come
lot.
off as a bitch to people, apparently.
Which shocks me to my core because I feel so like, hey, my name's Barbie. Like I think that's how people perceive me. So
But
when
then I
people
also-
don't
but
perceive
then
me
I-
that way, I'm like, what do you mean?
No, I think also though, like the thing with your personality is like if you fuck with people, you fuck with people, and if you don't know them, you don't go out of your way to talk to them.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm scared. I have social anxiety.
Okay, but people don't. Like,
I have social anxiety.
I know, but people don't know that, and
Yeah.
because they see you being super friendly with the people you do know, they're like,
Yeah.
"Damn, okay, what the
So
fuck?"
it's not your fault. It's just again, it's perception.
I
and
just
the way
want y'all
that
to
people...
know if I ever like didn't talk to you, it's because I'm scared. I'm literally peeing my pants. I'm in the corner crying because I have social anxiety. And I only feel safe around certain people. So make me feel safe. And
Yeah.
then,
no, so I think that's the
but yeah,
thing.
I
It's
do
like,
remember people thought that.
Yeah,
People have
so I
said
feel
like,
like
"Oh, Barbie doesn't like me." I'm like,
perception.
what did I do?
Yeah,
But also
then
sometimes
I
it
always,
was the
I
truth.
always say like it's more so just like it's not that she doesn't like you. It's just
she doesn't know you.
she's very like you're very bubbly and so open with the people that
People
you
that
are
you-
close with. That if I was an outsider, I'd be like, oh, like I'm not getting.
I'm like,
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
literally. Like,
like,
I'm not
you're
getting
not-
half of that,
You're
so
not one of
therefore
those
she doesn't like
people
me.
who's gonna like bring you into the conversation.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
No,
What do you
which is fine.
mean?
That's fine.
That's
yeah.
Well,
fine.
maybe because, like I said, I'm scared.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I'm scared of being embarrassed. What if I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, come over, and you're like, mm.
but also
I-
I feel like the thing is like, you are the worst liar and you suck at being fake, and those are also like good qualities because
Yeah.
you're genuine. Like you don't put on an act, and if you try, you're really bad at it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, I feel like that
But that's a good thing.
it is a good thing because like, I feel like a lot of societal stuff is performative, and
Which
you're-
I feel like
and
I
you're
fall,
not and
I,
you're not performing.
I fall into the performative one.
I do.
A lot of,
Really?
yeah,
You're like-
a lot of the times where I'm like, I don't. And again, I don't want to seem like I'm like every single person I ever meet or talk to and stuff like that. But sometimes like I do feel like I am putting on like an act.
An
It's
act.
like I actually worry so much that I'm not involving everyone. Where and I tweeted like a couple weeks ago. I was literally like, I have figured out why I talk so goddamn much.
Why?
It's because I get scared in settings that if I'm not like
Caring.
I don't know, I have to not overcompensate, but
Like,
if
entertain.
I'm not, I have to entertain.
Yeah,
And then sometimes I realize,
you
like-
guys feel that you guys share that,
And I'm like,
quality.
I sit back and I realize like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Like people are okay. Like, I don't know. I just realized it like 2 weeks ago. So
You know,
Oh my-
but
I
it's
had a
also
meltdown.
crazy. It's crazy though because same thing. Like I always feel like I need to entertain people, and I'm like blah 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 blah, and I make a joke out of myself or my situation just so people
Yeah.
can so that I feel comfortable, that everybody's comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like as I'm like maturing, I'm like, I don't need to do that. People are like, are you okay?
Yeah, I agree.
Are you not
They're
yourself?
like, you're so quiet today. And I'm
And I'm
like,
like, what the F?
I'm trying. But I guess it's like when you spend 25 years playing a certain role,
So true.
they
Yeah.
expect you to continue in that role, and it's hard to like break out of it.
which is then, is it okay for me to be, because then I don't want to like open a can of worms. And I'm like, you know what? I've actually been noticing that like, and then you just like overshare about like how I think I'm
I
kind
mean,
of
it depends. Like if it's with us, then yeah.
Yeah. I
No,
don't know.
but also like I feel like we don't have to do that. So it's like
Yeah.
you don't have
But then
to.
if I don't talk as much, then they're like, are you depressed? And I'm like, no, I'm actually just,
I'm just me.
I'm just trying something
I'm
new.
just
I'm just trying a little something
Can
different.
you imagine like that's your new
So
thing? Shutting up.
No.
That's crazy.
One of the like things they teach you when you're becoming a therapist is like learning to sit with the silence. Because sometimes it's like people are processing things
Yeah.
and thinking before they're gonna share. Versus if I'm always like, okay, well, what about this? What about this? It doesn't give time for things to settle in, and it's something that I struggle with too. Because then I'm like, do they think I'm stupid? Do they think I'm a bad therapist because I don't have anything to say?
They say something like heartbreaking, and you're like,
You're like, I'm just like, fuck. No, but it's like it is a skill in like all conversations. I feel like
a skill to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Think
Yeah,
about
not everybody needs like. I always thought that I was like helping people like solve the issue when sometimes they just wanted somebody to listen.
Yeah. No, I think also that's something I've had to learn. I feel like when I was younger too, like being with you guys, because you guys are very like ba 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 ba, like
Yeah.
thought, and I'm like thinking, I gotta think. Let me think.
Yeah.
Let me think real quick.
One of the coolest things I heard, like to this day, that I've ever gotten told was when you're going into a conversation and somebody's opening up to you, you always have to think about the 3 S's. It's like, are they looking for support? Are they looking for solutions? And I forgot what the third one was.
Oh, wow.
I think it's
A little
sympathy.
sucky suck.
Or are they looking for some satisfaction?
It's like it's support, solutions, or sympathy. I think it is. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Sympathy
It's
would
one of
make
those.
sense.
But then like when people,
But I feel like support and sympathy is.
that's why I asked. There's a third one that I forgot what it was. I need to reach
A
out to that
secret
person.
third thing.
But that's something that I think I try to put into practice a lot. Where like sometimes you really just have to shut up and like like just listen and be like, I'm so sorry you're going through that, because then I feel like sometimes I will be opening up to someone and they will immediately try to like solve it, and I'm like, no, like I just need somebody to feel bad for me.
Yeah,
Real.
honestly.
And
That's the
Real.
thing. Like, I don't think I ever want somebody else's solution. Like, unless I specifically ask for it, I'm like, hey guys, what do I do about this? Most of the time, I'm like, anything you say, I feel like it's almost like I get mad when you give me a solution,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I feel like they're always stupid. I'm like, obviously that would have been my first thought. So you think I'm an idiot?
yeah.
Like,
I'm dead.
you're sad. Don't be. Like, I'm like, if only I would have thought of that.
That's funny.
But yeah, so think of the 3 S's.
Oh, I was
Whatever the third is, we don't know.
Why don't
I was
why
trying
don't we
to find
practice
it.
like a quiet method, and we'll just be quiet for as long as we can, and
Like
and
right
the,
now?
and the viewers and the listeners have to sit with that uncomfortableness.
Yeah, maybe this could be like a social media clip where like we're just
like
listening.
testing your attention span.
We're holding
Like
space.
how we're holding space right now.
We're holding space for defying gravity.
I feel like
All
what's embarrassing is like I feel like if I was listening to this podcast and then it got to this quiet part, and then I'd have the chance to process everything that we've been saying, and I'd be like, damn, they're fucking stupid.
They really didn't say anything.
Now that I'm processing it,
That was
Now
a
that I'm really
whole lot of
thinking about
nothing.
it, that was a whole plate of ass.
But I think it's fair. I no, honestly, I think that was yeah.
This whole thing was like,
let's practice that.
this whole thing
before we speak.
this whole episode is like men when they do shrooms and discover basic empathy I had at the age of 9.
I saw that and is that true?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Some of the things you told me, I'd be like,
Whoa. I don't think I could ever do shrooms. That's a lot.
no, I won't be doing that. Anyways.
Well,
Shit. I hope you learned something today. But my guess is you did not. And that's
But no,
okay.
I feel like you know what? We're gonna put the 3 S's right here. As soon as I text that person and tell me to remind me what the third one was. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Miguel. You can find me on Instagram at MiguelXAntonio.
I'm Barbie. You can find me at Created by Barbie.
And I'm Mandy. You can find me at Mandy Harrison.
And we'll catch you on the next episode, which I think is going to be our Christmas episode.
Ta-ta.
Oh my God, it's Christmas already?
Christmas! Ching, 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 ching.
Is that supposed to be the jingle bells?
Yeah.
The Lord Far Squad podcast is hosted by Amanda Harrison, Miguel Antonio, and Barbie Chavez. Listen wherever podcasts are available. Our producer is Richard Cunningham. Our artwork and photography is by Axel Rivera. Special thanks to Lorena Latorre, Jared Jameson, Georgia, and Lucas Marcondes for our theme song. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Lord Far Squad Pod. Got a question or story? Email us at thelordfarsquadpodcast@gmail.com.